I'm Farook. I'm the Vice Chairman of the Chamber of Mineral Exporters and also the Chief Operating Officer of Sequas India Private Limited. Currently, the industry, the minerals export industry in Sri Lanka is around 65 million US dollars based on the numbers of 2022. Whereas the global industry is about 70 billion US dollars. So we are looking at maybe 0.1% of the global industry. And the reason why we are unable, there are many reasons as to why we are unable to increase the value of the industry in Sri Lanka. Chief of it being the fact that we don't have access to sufficient raw material within the country, mainly due to regulatory issues here. There is some disconnect between land rights and mineral rights, and until mineral rights are assured for mineral exporters, even though there is sufficient raw material in the country, it is difficult to access the raw material as such. And even it is also to be noted that the government has the necessary acts and ordinances in place to ensure mineral rights, but during implementation of these acts and regulations, there are many missteps, which means that accessibility to raw material becomes a critical factor. If raw material availability and accessibility is ensured, the chamber members are more than capable and also have the necessary capacity to ensure that mineral exports go beyond $100 million a year. And we feel that we would be able to achieve this target by 2025 and reach up to about 125 million by 2026. We also feel that there are, as the regulator, the GSMB should ensure that a proper survey of the mineral resources are done in the country. Make sure that everybody who is in the industry will understand what the quantity and the volume of material that is available for the industry. And moving on from there, it is also important that we ensure that there are accredited laboratories that are able to do the testing that is required to assure the quality of the raw material that is available. By doing this, we can make sure that the proper raw material is used for the different application needs that are there in the industry. We also found that there were certain government red tape issues that hinder the industry from progressing forward. Very recently, the Australian High Commissioner had indicated that there should be a conducive environment for foreign investment. Unfortunately, even for local businesses, the conducive environment has not been around for a long time. So the government red tape is one of the chief factors for this conducive environment not being there. We've been talking about a single window approval scheme for the last 20 odd years, but nothing has happened so far. And clear policies and transparent decision making is also very important to ensure that we have a level playing field for all the players in this industry. And then finally, we would also like to say that industry best practices that are seen globally should be adopted Sri Lanka in the local sense as well. For example, everywhere else in the world, the royalty is charged on the pit head value of the mineral, whereas in Sri Lanka the royalty is charged on the FOB value of the export product, which means that Sri Lankan manufacturers and processors are paying royalty even for adding value to their product, which is not very practical at all. So we hope that the government takes these suggestions on board in the right spirit, and that they will be implementing this and to ensure, so that we can ensure that this industry develops to the level that the government has envisioned it to be. Thank you.